So the sneak peek leak for Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 25 has just been released. And in today's video, we're going to be going over everything we can learn from this one page, as there actually is a lot that we can pick up from. But as we did end off the last chapter with essentially 2 soul Thorn bulbs collected, it was quite obvious that the next chapter would most likely deal with the Thorn soul bulb and it being returned to its rightful owner. And this is what we do end up seeing being revealed in this panel, as it actually seems like Moegi is going to be saved, as we are now seeing exactly how the soul Thorn bulb works, and it was a bit like how I predicted. It goes around the heart area of the person who is stuck in this mummified tree formation, as we can see from Moegi right here, and where her heart is normally supposed to be, we see the Thorn soul bulb is inserted. This will most likely end up bringing Moegi back, and due to the fact that we already see it being inserted, it's most likely that we'll see her back in the next few pages. So it appears like the next chapter of Boruto TBV Vortex, like most people would have thought, is dealing with everybody getting their soul Thorn bulb back. From this sneak peek, we just see Moegi, but we're most likely to also see Shinki, or at least that's what we think. As what's going to be interesting is to see whether that actually succeeds or not, as obviously we do know that Juro returned to the Shinji dimension. But when it comes to Shinki getting back his soul Thorn, there are still a lot of things that could happen, like Code, who has been shown in the past to be watching everything that does end up taking place. He could be one of those people to end up snatching a soul Thorn bulb. And we do end up seeing right here that Team 10 alongside Konohamaru are the ones who are delivering Moegi's soul Thorn bulb. What is interesting about this is that we do not see Boruto or Kawaki. What exactly are they doing? Are they having a discussion about everything that is taking place, or is something completely different taking place right now? Because we have to keep in mind, as although it does seem that we're seeing the Leaf take a W and the Sand also take a W in this arc, as they basically brought back the people that they wanted to life as they have their soul Thorn bulb, we do know that Team 10 is going to be linked to a future altercation, a future conflict, which is why just seeing Team 10 right here being the ones to go along and give Moegi her soul Thorn bulb, it makes me a little bit scared and nervous to think that something unexpected could end up taking place either before Moegi is brought back or after. We don't necessarily know the conditions. Hopefully everything turns out to plan and they were returning with no sort of issues. But if that is not the case, it would make sense that the panel that we did end up seeing involving Inogen and also involving Himawari would end up taking place. Is it something that, since they were the ones who viewed Moegi being brought back to life, Team 10 is now sent to the Sand to also help out if they make a mistake or are not able to do it properly? I doubt that would be the case, but just seeing that we have a Team 10 right here that is connected to some sort of a soul Thorn bulb due to the fact that we have Moegi who is being brought back, it just gives me a little bit of fear of what is to happen next. Does Bug make his appearance and prevent them from being able to retrieve Moegi completely, and then is hypothetically sent back to a different dimension, leading to everything that we saw happen in the future? I don't know if that's going to be the case necessarily, but things sure are interesting. But one thing that we also get to pick up is a new outfit for Himawari and a new outfit for Inogen. What is quite interesting about that is that in the last fight that they had, we did end up seeing both of their outfits be destroyed in some sort of way. So it does end up making a lot of sense for them to get new outfits, as they were simply destroyed in the fight that they had before. Himawari has more of a tank top like design. Maybe she was just chilling at the house at the Boruto establishment, and then she found out that Konohamaru ended up returning from the mission and she wanted to be present in the battle. This is something that is quite likely to me. Maybe we do end up seeing exactly how she's living by herself in the Uzumaki household and then is called to come and see Moegi be brought back. I can see that being the case. And for Inogen, since he was stabbed in the stomach, it makes a lot of sense that 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 outfit has been destroyed, so now he needs a new one, with people like Shikamaru, who doesn't appear to have a new outfit simply due to the fact that he didn't actually get his clothing destroyed. And also when it comes to Chocho, although she doesn't have a new outfit, we can see that she has a necklace that I don't believe she was wearing before. These minute details, although it may seem a bit unimportant, it may give us a glimpse into what we could see in the future when it comes to characters changing their outfits more frequently than we saw them change it in both Boruto Part 1 and also in the Naruto series, as it was something that usually happened or occurred after some sort of a time skip where they would have a big change in their character design, or unless you are Sasuke, whenever you have a new aura moment, you have a new fit. But here with Ikemoto, we know that he's very intentional when it comes to people design, so maybe whenever there's an important fight where somebody ends up losing their clothing, instead of the same clothes coming back, they get some new ones that are a little bit different, and I would really like that inclusion. And what would it mean for Boruto then? Boruto's situation might be a little bit different. We know that Kawaki just recently got a design change. It may simply be that after the surgery or after the experimentation that Amado conducted on Kawaki, he simply changed his outfit and had something a little bit more intentional, or he picked something out of his usual rotation, or perhaps his clothing was destroyed due to the power up that he received. These are all different possibilities for why Kawaki ended up changing his outfit. And when it comes to Boruto, there is less of a chance of him actually doing so, as Boruto is a rogue ninja and thus doesn't have the access to all those facilities to get new outfits. So maybe Boruto might not get these drastic or continuous changes in his outfit due to the simple fact that he is on the run, so he doesn't have the time to do so and has to deal with what he has, which could be the reason why when we see him fight in the time skip fight between Boruto and Kawaki, we do see that Boruto's outfit is a little bit damaged, it's a little bit rugged, due to the simple fact that yes, Boruto is a rogue shinobi, and he's only working with Kashin Koji right now, which is not a whole establishment where he could get new outfits like we saw with Sasuke. He is a person who is being pursued by all the 5 nations, so this does end up making a lot of sense. So I usually like to save my predictions for the sneak peek panel, as I can get a little bit better of a glimpse of what is going to happen in the next chapter. But based on what we're currently seeing, my personal prediction, and I really like to hear your own in the comment section, but my personal prediction is that we do end up seeing Moegi be revived. Potentially there is something cool that happens with Shinki, but I would have much rather be Shinki the one be revived and something weird happens when it comes to Moegi, where either Code ends up snatching something, or we do end up seeing Bug end up preventing it from taking place. But what I do know for sure is that we're going to see action from a Senju, and that is going to be Bug. We're going to be seeing the beginning of Bug targeting Ida, and I think that's going to be the highlight of the chapter. There could be a conversation between Boruto and Kawaki, as clearly there is a major gap between them and Jiro, which we really saw, and people finally understood that Jiro was actually holding back and not using his full power, as he actually has access to the Divine Tree roots, which is a crazy thought to think about what exactly he could do with those powers. But not focusing on Jiro so much, as I don't believe the next chapter will be focusing on him, as we're going to see a more concrete plan from Boruto's end that may differ from Kashin Koji's for sure, but it's going to be one that Boruto sees fit in destroying Jiro. I don't know exactly what that plan may be, but it definitely has to start with some sort of training arc or some sort of training session that will allow them to be able to reach this level. That's what I personally think, and of course I would love to hear what are your thoughts in the comment section below. So be sure to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed, comment your own prediction as to what you believe is going to take place in the next chapter. More videos to come, and if you want to learn more about what Boruto and Kawaki could do to potentially gain more power to be able to stop Jiro themselves, you have to watch this video right here.